Insane car payments? Let's talk about it.
Okay, but what are y'all paying for your car payment? Because now you have me confused. Because $650 is a lot. It's a lot. I would rather not pay it. Don't love that. However, I do love my car. However, she's not a fancy sports car. I have a 2023, might be a 2022, I don't remember. Kia Sorento. Nice SUV. I loved her. I love her. Again, I love her. But it's not fancy by any means. I would consider it a normal car for a mom, for a family. Also, that monthly payment includes like my warranty with Kia. So anytime a light comes on, anytime I need my oil changed, they got me, and that's nice. And also our credit is good. Before you say our credit's bad, that's why my payment is high. And before you say they must have got me on some crazy interest rate, I'm pretty sure we went back and forth with the dealer and USAA, and we went with the USAA, and I think we got like 2 or 3%. So none of that is a factor. We weren't bought into anything. We just got a brand new car, which I felt like was a good purchase, and I still do feel like is a good purchase and a good monthly investment, though it does make me sad. Simply because I'm a mother, I'm a homeschool mom especially, we're always doing things. Now I work, I need a reliable car. We're also traveling across the state line all the time. I need something that's reliable, and you never know what you're getting from a used car. So let me know what you pay for a brand new SUV within the last few years, because I thought that was normal.
Me personally, a $650 car payment. I don't know. I don't know too much about a car payment these days because I don't have one. I'm actually grateful because I'm in a position to where the employer that I have, they give me a company car. They pay for all the maintenance, gas, and like just all the big costs like that, right? So I haven't had a car payment and I don't know, probably a few years. On top of that, I also have my own personal car and it's paid off for. I just kind of keep it around because you never know when you may need it, right? And it's already paid for. I feel like I can get a bunch of miles out of it still. I just keep it maintained, maybe change the oil. I drive it around the block a couple times, things of that nature, right? I don't know what the average is. I feel like I want to say it's around 700 to 800, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. It could be higher than that. Who knows? But the key that she said is 2 to 3%, right? A 2 to 3% in today's economy. Hey, like she's living. I'm not going to lie, because I think the average interest rate on a car right now is around, I want to say 8 to 12%, and if your credit is bad or you don't have a good down payment, so many different factors depending on dealership, state, location, all those good things, then you can have up to maybe like 19, 20%, interest rate. And that isn't even unheard of. I feel like a lot of people even have a 20-something% interest rate these days, especially during the era of COVID. A lot of people got bamboozled into buying these cars that were over market value. And then now they're, what is the right word? I don't know. It's not tipping my tongue right now. They're underwater on their car, right? But here's what I would do, right? I would try to avoid a car payment at all costs if I can, right? Only for the simple fact, if you have a family especially, yeah, you may need a reliable car, right? But even if you have an older car, right, as long as it still gets you to point A to point B, right, it's not causing a bunch of issues. Maybe it doesn't have all the bells and whistles and things of that nature, right? But it still gets the job done, right? And that's what she spoke about, having a reliable car. So if you have a reliable car that gets the job done and you don't have no car payment, you could take that extra money, save it for a family emergency, right? Save it for a family trip. Save it for just whatever could go wrong within the family, or just invest it for the future as well, right? So you could either build your family income, build a future for your kid. Maybe they want to go to college, do this. I'm pretty sure that maybe when they get older, or I don't know if they are older, but they want to play sports, do all these different things, right? So just, I would say, find a way. Again, this is me personally saying this. This is, you do your own research, all that good stuff, right? But me personally, try to avoid a car payment, because that's just an extra payment on top of, you still got car insurance you have to pay, right? And car insurance, to me, is one of the biggest scams, nowadays. But you still have car insurance, right? You still have car maintenance, you still have all these other things, right, on top of a car payment. And imagine if you can avoid and keep those costs low every month, how much more disposable income you have, right? We talk about cash flow and all these other things to help people build wealth, right? That is a big cash flow killer right there, right? that is already accounted for every month, that car payment, until you finally pay that car off. And on top of you paying way more in interest than you would have just buying a car that you could either afford, or having a lower car payment that would allow you to, okay, maybe I could just have this low car payment and then just pay extra every month, right? Because me personally, that's what I would do. If I was to ever take on a car payment, for the simple fact that maybe I just wanted to take it on for whatever reason, take on that car payment, have a low car payment. So say something happens in your life, right? Maybe you lose a job, something tragic happens, fall on hard times, right? That's a more obtainable thing than having a high car payment. And then now you have that higher risk, you know, whenever it comes to maybe hard times, right? Have a low car payment, and then all you got to do is just pay extra on the principal every month if you can afford that. Now you're avoiding that extra interest that you would have paid regardless if you had a higher car payment. You're avoiding all these different things, all these different factors, right? Just have a lower car payment and just pay extra on the principal when you can. Be disciplined with it, right? If you could pay $300 extra, don't pay $200, pay that $300. If you pay $400 extra, don't be, be like, I could buy off this month, pay $300, pay that $400 extra, right? Just pay whatever extra that you could pay off that car, pay off that debt, right? So you can have a better future, have better financial stability. And yeah, anyways, let's get back to it.
Grace, what's the highest payment you've ever seen?
$1,784.
Demetrius, what's the highest payment you've ever seen?
Oh, like $2,100.
Sheesh. Roy, what's the highest car payment you've ever seen?
It was $1,958.
Jesus. Leslie, what's the highest payment you've seen?
$1,400.
Hey guys, what's the highest payment y'all have ever seen?
$2,435.
March?
3,200.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Bailey,
Yes.
what's the highest car payment you've seen?
I wouldn't have a clue because I'm the marketing manager.
Patrick,
Sir,
what's the highest payment you've seen?
highest payment I've seen, probably like $1,900.
Bro, what's the highest car payment you've ever seen?
$2,500 and you can be next.
I would again try to keep that car payment as low as possible and just pay extra on the principal every month, right? Because you could avoid, again, those high risks, that come with a car payment, say if you fall on hard times, right? And on top of that, what's crazy is, you believe it or not, some of these people that sell you cars, they're in the same position as you. Like, it's crazy to me, some of these people who sell the cars, and they see people with bad credit, bad deals, all these different things. It's just a bad life decision. And then they go make the same decision on their own. And like, that's the crazy part about this. And then they'll go and sell you a car, tell you everything's good, X, Y, Z, and I mean, that's what they're supposed to do, right? I'm not about to blame them. That's their job. Their job is to sell a car, right? Get the biggest bang for their buck, right? Therefore, they make as much money as they can. They probably get some commission, all these different things, right? It's not their job to look out for you, make sure, your life is intact, all those good things. That's your responsibility right now. Hopefully, if you're younger, you have some good guiding lights in your life and things like that, right? But it's your responsibility to do your own research, right? Make sure when you walk into that car dealership, you're equipped with everything you need to get you a good deal, or be willing to leave, right? Some of the car payments that people are paying, either y'all are just very rich and very wealthy, or I don't know, because like some of y'all's car payments are enough to pay some people's mortgages, rents, all their bills actually combined, right? Like, I would say all my bills combined, all my expenses, like a $3,200 car payment, like you paying over, my monthly expenses that I'm paying, right? Even a $2,000 car payment, I would say more so 2,000 some change, whatever it is, right? You paying way more than some of my monthly expenses on just like, say, rent, utilities, and things of that nature, right? But that's just, I don't know, it's just crazy some of the things people, do out here. Like, even if they have a perfectly fine working car, they'll go get themselves into more debt, buy another car, just for the simple fact that, I don't know, maybe they want to have all the new bells and whistles. They think they got to keep up with the times, and all these different things. When in reality, like, maybe say you have a nice car, right? Say you have a luxury car. You could ride down a strip, right? Somebody's going to look at your car for maybe 1 or 2 seconds, right? Maybe let's say 5 seconds, right? They check your car out, all this good stuff. Once you pull off and once you leave, you're now going to be a fan of the past in their mind, right? They're not going to be sitting there thinking about your car even probably a day later, let alone like a week later or something like that. When you bought that car because you want to show it off, you want it to look good, you want to look good looking at it, and it may be a nice car, right? But is it worth it though in like the long run if it's killing you financially, right? You could be so much better in your life. You could be more financially secure, more financially stable, right? Maybe have more of an emergency fund, right? Maybe do some of the things that you haven't been able to do, like take a trip, you know, buy some more of the foods that you may like, you know, live more of the everyday lifestyle that you want to live. But instead, you rather have a depreciating asset take a bunch of your hard-earned money, you know. But anyways, you know, that's just me. That's just some of my, you know, thoughts about it. But let's get back to it, man.
Hey Maurice, what car do you drive and what's your car payment?
I have a 2016 Porsche Cayman and I don't have a payment.
Hey Lee, what car do you drive and what's your car payment?
I drive a 2004 PT Cruiser. My payment is $699 a month.
Hey Melvin, what car do you drive and what's your car payment?
I have a 2016 Tesla Model S, and I'm paying right around $650.
Hey Rainier, what car do you drive and what's your car payment?
1972 Cutlass Supreme, $500 a month.
Hey Lo, what car do you drive and what's your car payment?
I drive a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, and my car payment is $1,000.
Hey Blessing, what car do you drive and what's your car payment?
I drive a 1999 Toyota Corolla and my car payment is $0 and I love it.
I love that for you. Hey Brad, what car do you drive and what are your car payments?
Well, I'm a car enthusiast. I drive several cars and I can't say what the payments are. But I have a 24 Hummer, 23 Defender V8, and a 23 Audi e-tron RS.
Love
but I will
that.
not say what the payments are.
Hey Ronnie, what car do you drive and what's your car payment?
I drive a Nissan Altima. My payment's $850 a month.
Okay. Hey Michael, what car do you drive and what's your car payment?
I drive a Beamer and it's paid for.
Hey Patrick, what car do you drive and what's your car payment?
I don't have one, I have a motorcycle.
Okay. Hey Trey, what car do you drive and what's your car payment?
I drive a 2015 Corvette and I don't have a car payment.
All right. You know, shout out all the people with no car payment. You know, that's the goal. That's the life that you want to live, in my opinion, right? You just want to be able to get in your car, pay for the everyday gas, pay for the maintenance, things of that nature, and just live your best life, right? Have some extra money you can spend on, you know, being a foodie, right? Being a this, being a that, whatever it is that you want to live, whatever lifestyle it is that you want to live, you know, all those good things, right? But also, I mean, some of the things I want to touch on, I don't know how normal this is, but some of those older cars, I think it was like a 2004 in there, 1972, like how you have a $500, $600 car payment on a car that old? Like, I don't know, maybe it's like a collectible or something like that. Me personally, that's the only reason I would even get a car that old, because it's no way you're going to be sitting there driving it every day, in my opinion, 20-plus-year-old car, right? But to have a car payment on those is kind of crazy, right? If you can't pay that in cash and just buy that car straight out, like, I don't know. But hey, I'm not judging though. Like, if that's what maybe you can afford, then hey, that's what you can afford, right? You know, if that's what you can get, that's what you can get, right? But I don't know how reliable that is. But anyways, I'm going to go back to the multiple people we saw with no car payment, right? We saw a Corvette 2015 paid off. You know, we saw a Beamer paid off. You know, I think there was something else paid off, right? Those are the kinds of things you want to have in your life. A paid off car, right? A paid off depreciating asset, because let's think about it, right? A depreciating asset is something that holds value, right? But that value is going down the longer you have it. Every day that you have it, every year that you have it, it's going down in value every single second, right? So what you should do with that to maximize its potential, right? Maintain it, right? Keep the maintenance up on it, all that good stuff. Take care of it. Things like that, right? To maybe extend its lifetime, you know, extend it past what maybe some people who don't necessarily do the best at taking care of things would get out of it, right? Me personally, man, I'm not gonna lie, right, man? Living the life of having disposable income, man, having the ability to invest how I want to, not, you know, feel so guilty when I go out and pay a little bit extra money on maybe this item that I wanted to buy, right? Some food, you know, buy this thing, buy this unexpected thing. Say I'm in the store, right, and I just see something that I like for maybe my dog, right? Buying it and not feeling guilty about it, for the simple fact that I know I'm also investing, I'm also saving, I'm also doing this thing, I'm also doing that thing, I'm being disciplined, right? So me doing all those things is giving me a little bit less of a let's say, I want to say guilty, you know, mindset about things, right? Like I could do some guilt-free things, right? For the simple fact, I know whatever I'm doing on the back end is also leading to some success, right? But to be able to do those things, you have to do things like have disposable income, right? Which having a car payment takes away from that, right? Having whatever depreciating asset in general just takes away from that. Having these high cost things, high maintenance things like a car and so many other things just takes away from that disposable income. So if you could, you know, create that disposable income for yourself, create the ability to give yourself more guilt-free spending, I think you just have an overall happier life, in my opinion, you know. But anyways, if you stuck with me this long, man, I appreciate it and I thank you. And if you liked the video, go ahead and smash that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe, as well as I'm going to keep reiterating, I'm trying to build this channel, right? I want to build a platform here where I want people to come hear what I have to say, want to give their thoughts and their views, and maybe respond to what I have to say. So with that being said, don't forget to comment if there's anything that you want me to talk about, or if you have something to respond to or say based off what I said in this video, man. But with that being said, until next time. And I thank you, and I'm out.